Hey, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, my name is Nisi, aka the Ebony Traveler. So today's video is going to be all about my friend here, Michelle, and she is pregnant. So we're going to talk to her about being pregnant in Korea. So do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm from New York, and I've been in Korea for 4 years. I'm an English teacher, and I'm having a baby.
Okay, so as you guys can see, we have some food with us today because we are just going to be doing a very casual conversation, eating, talking. We got some mac and cheese, lasagna, and fried chicken, and we're just gonna just ask her some questions, talk about being pregnant in Korea, all that jazz, and there will be a mini story time. So yeah, we're just chilling. That's why we look so casual. Okay, so I guess we can start with some questions. How many months are you?
So I just found out I'm 6 months, 24 weeks, so really excited. I'm due in February 21st, so I'm gonna have a Pisces baby.
That's near your birthday.
Yes,
That's exciting.
I'm really excited.
Why don't you sound excited?
I really am excited.
I'm really excited. Okay, so I guess like one of my main questions are like, if you have any fears, what are your pregnancy fears being pregnant abroad?
My one fear was being pregnant abroad without like family and really close friends. But I have a really good support system here, so it's not like, oh, I have my family, but you know, it still makes it a lot easier to know that I do have that support. I do have my sorority sisters. I have friends.
You're part of sorority. What sorority are you part of? I know this, but for those of us who do not know,
I am part of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, the best sorority ever. My sisters here they're great. Like, they have definitely come through the clutch, and so I appreciate them a lot. And my really close friends, they have definitely all pulled together, and making this experience definitely one to remember.
It's true. Okay, so I'm gonna go to questions that I was asked. I'm gonna kind of go back and forth between the two. So some questions I was asked. Consistent question is the baby going to be born in Korea?
Yes, it was just a better situation of me being here in Korea with the job, health insurance, have my own place. The baby will be here.
So that was from I don't know if she wants me to expose her government. It's my sister. Let's see.
What's her name?
Tana.
Hi, Tana.
The next question is, what did you tell your family, and how did they feel about you coming to Korea to have your baby and whatnot?
Okay, so when I found out I was pregnant, the first person I called was my sister. I sent her a pregnancy test and messaged her. She was really cool. Like, she made me feel really good because like I had like some like questions and worries, like, oh my god, how I'm gonna tell my mom, and she's just like, girl, it's okay. So my sister was really the first person to kind of just like, girl, you're gonna be okay. And then when I got home and I told my mom, she was happy. Like, everybody's happy. My whole entire family is happy. And then me coming to Korea, I know it's like really difficult for them, especially my mom. You know, it's her first daughter, her first grandchild, and it's like, you're in another country. So I know that's really difficult for everybody. Not just me, but for my family as well.
Do you plan on raising your baby here?
No.
Okay, so how long do you have a plan for how long you're gonna stay after he or she is born?
I'm gonna be so honest, I don't have a plan. I am a planner. Like, I am a big planner. Like, I had my life planned out. We all know how God is. He's just like, haha, not today.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. I actually did not expect to get pregnant. It was very unexpected, but I'm really excited. The hardest part of being pregnant is now having to revamp all those plans that I had, like that vision that I had. But as far as staying in Korea long term to raise a baby, no. I definitely want to go back to the States for a little bit.
What are the pregnancy symptoms that you have noticed in yourself?
I have like the normal pregnancy symptoms.
What about emotionally?
Emotional and mentally, it's been rough. Between being here, being far from home, being far from your family, I think that plays a really big part. And then just being pregnant, like it's just like you have to think about like all these things. Like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna be a good mom? Like, am I gonna be a bad mom? Am I gonna be the mom that like forgets her kids somewhere?
Oh my god.
I'm very forgetful.
Oh, I'm gonna mess up this girl's name. Zaraya?
Zaraya. Hi, Zaraya.
I pray to God that's how you say your name.
Yeah, Zaraya.
It has to be Zaraya, right? Okay, so Zaraya from Atlanta. So at least I don't say your name right. I'll say the place you're from right. So here's my question. Since you're a foreigner and you're pregnant in Korea, are you craving food from your home country or Korean food?
It's funny, because I really am craving Korean food.
What are you craving?
Like, my favorite meal is jim duck. So I really want jim duck, meat, soups. Like, I really love their soups here. I really want soups. But I want Korean junk. I mean, not Korean junk, American junk. Like, I want sweets, something sweet, but also like salty. So like, there are times I'm laying in bed, I'm like, I want bacon and a brownie. Like, together, like I'm laying there, like I just need bacon and brownies. Like, that's.
What are the most annoying questions that you get?
Oh my god. Why Korea? Because I want to. Okay. They're gonna boil down to it because that wasn't God's plans, and that's just how it's gonna be. Like, like my main annoying question, and it's not just here, it's not just Americans, but also Koreans. Is your husband happy? I'm sorry. Like, Koreans in their culture, if you're pregnant, that means you're married. And telling a Korean I'm pregnant is just like, oh wow, I didn't know you were married. You knew me for 4 years. Of course you didn't know I was married, because I'm not married.
It's true.
And not really annoying, because like you expect it, but it's exhausting. But then you get like friends, or like, not even friends, it's people that you know. Well, who's the dad? It's not you, so don't worry about it. You did not contribute to this, so why does it matter? In the beginning, I was like really uncomfortable, and it made me really angry. But now my clapback is so good. It's so good.
Clapback game is strong. But a lot of people on her friends list found out she was pregnant before she knew they found out she was pregnant, because of Facebook and the wonderful feature they have where if someone tags you in a picture, everyone on your friends list sees it. So imagine you're on your way back to Korea on a flight, like a 15-hour flight, and you get to your layover in Japan and your phone is blowing up.
I sent 200 messages. I don't even know 200 people.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a lie. I don't like 200 people. Like, from the jump, I tell people, it's not a secret. I'm pregnant. I'm happy to be pregnant. It's not a secret, but I feel like I want to tell who I want to tell when I want to tell it.
Yeah.
How I found out that there was even a post up. Well, Shanice calls me. She goes, what is going on? And I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sitting in Japan's terminal, hungry, like this about to blow up the terminal because I'm so freaking hungry. And she's like, well, my friends keep calling, asking about you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. Then she goes, hold on. And she sends me the picture she takes a screenshot and she sends it to me. And I'm just like, oh. I was like, yeah, I'm pregnant.
How did you feel when all that was happening?
Tired. Sleep heals everything. I'm telling you. Sleep heals everything. Overall, it was overwhelming because I didn't expect it. So yeah, because when I saw it in Japan, it had already had like 200 likes.
It was crazy, like, guys. Like
100 plus comments.
Crazy.
Messages. I had like 200 plus messages between Kakao, text messaging,
This shows you how popular she is, though. You guys hear her talk about she had
emails. Like, some people were emailing me, and I was just like,
emails.
You know, and some of them were like really like impersonal, like pregnant, ... Like, what? As much as angry as I wanted to be, I found comedy in it. These people got no sense.
How does your maternity leave work, essentially?
Well, thankfully, after like 8 weeks of not having a job, of course, God is good, and got a job in Korea. Moms don't really work, but they do have a 90-day maternity leave, 90 days to a year. But because I've only just started with the company, I have 60 days. So that's better than the 6 weeks in the States that I'm hearing about.
Or I heard that it's like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Because in Canada, we have a whole year of maternity leave, and they're trying to extend that.
And it's paid. Like, that's the best part. It's paid, you know. So your chicken is good, y'all. You did a good job with this chicken. Over there.
Another one from Tana B. She says, how is it getting checkups and ultrasounds?
My first ultrasound was great. I did it up in Seoul. The lady was really nice. My 2 sorority sisters took me. It was really good. And the doctor's like, okay, well, you're pregnant. Are you happy? And I'm just like, and she's like, are you happy? And my sorority sister was just like, yes, she's happy. And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm happy. You know, and when I left, they were like, they're asking me that because, you know, they want to know what options they should give you, like offer adoption, abortion, and they don't do abortion in Korea. So I'm really interested to see what she would have offered me. I went to my actual first official doctor's appointment this week, and the doctor was really nice. She was really, really good, really open. She speaks great English, so that's like a plus. And so I'm good. I'm happy with my doctor, the care that I know I'm gonna get. So, yeah.
What do you plan on having the baby? Seoul, Daegu, or?
Daegu. I live in Daegu. I will be having the baby in Daegu. The hospital is actually literally like a 3-minute taxi ride.
Is it Hyeosung?
Hyeosung.
Hyeosung. If you live in Daegu and you're looking for if you're looking for like a gynecologist, any women's care, even anything. Like I had issues with my stomach, like anything. Hyeosung Women's Hospital is amazing. They have for those of you who are not fluent in Korean, they have an English center, so they will have someone walk around with you and go to every doctor. And if you make an appointment and you have that person helping you, you never wait. Are you having a boy or a girl?
I don't know. You tell me. Am I having a boy or a girl?
I'm not telling you. So I know what she's having, and we're going to have a gender reveal baby shower for her. So why don't you want to know what you're having?
I think for me personally, I have so much other stuff going on. It's been a really like roller coaster ride. So finding out what I'm having is really not the top of my priority list.
How do you feel being away from your family as your belly grows? Tana B.
It's hard. It's really hard. Like, it's really hard. When you have a relationship with your family like I do, who's really close and really involved in your life, being away from them during this time is really hard. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Okay, so we are going to do our little mini, I don't know if it's going to be mini, as I said. I think it's going to be a very big story time. If you follow me on Instagram and you watch my Instagram videos, and if you follow me on Twitter, you will know that on Friday, well, basically Friday morning in Korea, I was up just going to sleep around 2 a.m. And that's because I went to the hospital with Michelle.
The day was just a hectic day, emotionally, mentally. Went to Bible study, had an anxiety attack at Bible study, got over that, went to work, had some issues at work, got over that, went to eat and, you know, have a brownie. Because that's all I want, brownie. And I'm on the floor, actually. I'm on the bathroom floor.
Okay, let's back because we can't just hop from brownie to, okay, so pretty much we went to this cafe, right? We get in there and we order. I order my normal green tea latte, because I make green tea lattes with some extra whipped cream. Michelle orders, what did you order?
Hot chocolate
and a brownie. So we asked this lady, we're like, yo, is the brownie good?
Delicious?
Okay.
I asked her if the brownie was delicious, and she's like,
everyone has different taste buds.
Everyone has different taste buds.
I've met people that have answered that questions like that before, and I've just thought in my head, why are you so annoying? You're in customer service. Say yes or no. Oh yeah, everyone loves this brownie. Or no, it's not I'm not a fan of it, but a lot of people like it. Like, say something like that. Not, everybody's taste is different. Yeah, we know that. Okay, we know that. So we're sitting down there. Michelle's enjoying her hot chocolate and her brownie. Shortly after that, Michelle's like,
my throat's itching.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I don't see any nuts. I have a pecan and walnut allergy. And I'm like, well, I don't see any nuts in there. So I went up there in Korean. Are there nuts in this brownie? Are there walnuts in this brownie? She's like, no. Excuse me, no. I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, I feel my throat tightening. I feel my chest a little, heavy to breathe. And so I go to sit down, and she's just like, your face is swollen. And I Googled, can I take a Benadryl? Took a Benadryl, and I'm just like, I don't feel well.
And Michelle starts to gag, starts to heave. And I'm like, oh. And the thing is, we're on the bottom level, and the bathroom is on the next floor. So Michelle is like holding her hand over her mouth. We get into the bathroom. She did not even know she did this. There was a Korean girl standing directly in front of the mirror. Now, if someone comes in holding their hand over their mouth, looking like they're about to throw up, because it's exactly what she looked like, wouldn't you move out of the way? The Korean girl turns around and looks at Michelle and looks at herself back in the mirror. Michelle took her hand and just went boom. I'm like, oh.
I'm sorry, Korean girl.
And you know what? She wasn't even trying to be aggressive. She was doing it because if she did not move her out of the way, she's going to vomit on her. We did try to go in a stall first for those bright people in the comments. I tried to go in the bathroom stall. We did. They were all occupied. Like, I'm going to call an ambulance. This girl's talking about, no, don't call the ambulance. Ma'am, you're pregnant and you're vomiting in the bathroom. And you're having an allergic reaction. I think that calls for an ambulance.
This is normal, guys. This is normal life.
Michelle is just like freaking out. She's throwing up. She's crying. So I open the door. There's a Korean girl stunned, just standing there. And I'm like, do you speak English? In this moment, I couldn't conjure up any Korean words. Like, I couldn't even try because I'm just freaking the out. She's like, a little. She didn't get to finish her sentence. I'm like, hospital, ambulance. She's like, oh. Runs downstairs. Thankfully, she understood that and told the lady behind the register who spoke English. She comes up with her cordless phone. Didn't know those still existed. And Michelle's in the corner. She's like in tears. Her stomach is like cramping. Like, how'd you feel?
It was scary because I didn't know what was going on.
The woman comes into the bathroom, and then this is at the point where I said she's pregnant. Then all of a sudden, her whole demeanor changed. She was like, oh, she's pregnant? 15 minutes later, the ambulance arrives. And they're all nonchalant. They're talking about, do you want to go to the hospital for your allergy or for the baby? What do you think? So apparently the hospital, Hyeosung, was not available, so we had to go to some next dirty hospital. And so we get into this ambulance. They allowed me to ride with them. We get to the hospital. Let me tell you guys about the pizza crosses when we got to the hospital, because that was a whole next drama. We get to the hospital now, and nobody's doing anything. Or they realize that this is a foreigner. They start freaking out because apparently there was no one there who spoke English, and we didn't speak enough Korean, and both of our phones were on like 2%. The doctor comes to Michelle and goes, what did you take? Michelle told him. He goes, don't take that again. Thanks, sir. Can we please get a solution? Like, how about an ultrasound? Michelle's like, can you please call this person? So I called the person Michelle asked me to call. The person talks to them. They pretty much say they're going to try and get a translator, but if they can't, they will call her back.
They checked the blood pressure. They detected the blood pressure.
Yeah, they checked
the blood pressure. But they didn't say anything about the blood pressure. They just checked it.
They just checked it.
And then walked away.
Exactly. And then they made her get off the stretcher. At this point, one of her sorority sisters had arrived as well. So it's us three there, and Michelle's sitting there. And all he says to Michelle is, sit here for an hour, we're going to observe you. They didn't check the baby. They didn't do anything to Michelle other than check her blood pressure. I'm not going to let you have my friend sitting up in here, having an allergic reaction, pregnant, and you can't even do an ultrasound. So I start going off. I'm like, you guys can't do that. You guys cannot leave her sitting there with no sort of care. Like, you guys need to do something about it now. For an hour. What is observing her sit there for an hour gonna do? You can't see the baby. So shortly after I have my little temper tantrum in the people's hospital, they come over with some
blood work stuff.
They're
gonna do blood work.
This is how unsanitary the hospital was. So now she's sitting in the reception area and they want to take her blood in front of all these people, and I'm just like, what is happening? So then we got a Korean guy back on the phone, and he translated for us, and essentially why they were taking blood was to check the oxygen level of the baby, and they put an IV in her to give her a drip. Fine, I'm okay with that. So once they do that now,
They
just leave us.
They put us in like a room.
Yeah, where all the other
I got
people
admitted to some place. I don't know where I was, and they just put us on a random stretcher, and like literally an hour and a half passed, and the 2 managers from my job came, and it was like, well, what are you doing? What did they do? And I'm like, oh, they checked I'm waiting for the blood work, because they had said 30 minutes, and it had been an hour and a half. They come in, and they're like, oh, the results for the allergy came in. I started like freaking out. I'm like, the results for the allergy? I allowed you guys to take blood from me because you told me you were checking the baby. And they're like, no. So then I just get all the way upset.
Oh, she was so mad.
All the way upset, and I raised hell. And I mean, like, I was there in the lobby just screaming my head off.
She was
because
screaming,
at this point,
crying, like,
it was just, I was just done. Like, I'm tired. Like, always tired. So I'm like, I'm tired. Somebody need to find I needed answers right then and there. Which sucks because you shouldn't have to act out to get answers. And I hate that because they're quick to call a black woman angry or a foreigner, outrageous because they acting out. No, this is what you told me. This is what I wanted. And this is not what was done. So once they figured out what was happening, they lied.
So now we sit down. And this part I'm not going to get into detail about because just out of respect for the people that she works with. But essentially a lot of her issues were rooting from work. And with that being said, it was a lot to do with the paperwork that had not been submitted and whatnot. Because as a foreigner, you need to have all your paperwork submitted. It's very expensive to be at a hospital without insurance. And so that was part of the problem. She's in the hospital now. She's crying. They're lying to her. They're taking her blood. And I have this person who's also a foreigner coming to us and making excuses for them, saying, well, they checked to see if there were any allergens in your bloodstream and kind of stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, well, that's not what we asked for. And there's more to the story. But in the end, she ended up getting her health insurance because of me having to put things into perspective and page them on their shit because it was not okay. So once I, said what I need to say to that person, all of a sudden shit started moving 20 times smoother. Within 10 minutes of me giving them a dose of reality, she was upstairs getting this ultrasound. We have been at the hospital for 3 hours at this point. How is it possible that just by me raising my voice to one person, all of a sudden shit was okay? I didn't get it, but we were grateful and we were happy. And at the end of it, they said your baby was okay, right?
The main doctor was the one, he came out and he was apologizing. You could tell he was really sincere because he was just like, I'm so sorry. He went back in the back, started screaming at everybody.
Other than her being extremely stressed because of the events of the day, she was all right. And that's pretty much what happened. And then after that, we finally got to leave.
Like she said, we got through it. It was fine. It just sucks that people have to act out, right? Just for things to get moving.
Exactly. It's true.
But I'm grateful.
So that's pretty much it. So I'd like to thank Michelle for coming on and talking to you guys about being pregnant in Korea. She just want to show you guys her belly.
That's all she wanted to do was rub my belly. She's worse than the Koreans.
What?
Yeah, babe.
Oh my god, it makes me so happy. Okay, if you like the video today, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so I can bring you guys more videos like this one. Don't forget to leave a comment below. Have you had any crazy pregnancy stories or do you have any pregnancy advice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, advice, give us little tips. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and now Twitter. So as always, it's a peace, and it's a love, and it's a... I know!